talk about it. See my people all together, I can't live without this. I got your back, you got my back, that's how we really rock. Too solid for everyone that's really locked in. And mama, thank you for bringing me here. All the success and things I do with you here. And you a queen, you a goddess, and you have no fears. I'm so glad that we here. And we, hey, now we all up. Love and peace is guaranteed, cause we all stuck. Come together, no division, cause we come clutch. All up, yeah, we all up. Hey, now we all up. Love and peace is guaranteed, cause we all stuck. Come together, no division, cause we come clutch. All up, this is one love.
Artist out of Sacramento. I'm gonna bless you with some gems and some dope music every day. And you know, we're touching on mental health in the Black community. That's what I know about. I know about the Black community. I know about where I grew up at. I knew I grew up with some mental health issues. I grew up in foster care. I had a lot of trauma experiences in my life. So that's what makes me do what I do. And you know, I just wanted to reach out to some people who've been through some things, who've also empowering themselves to do great things in the world, to, you know, to break the chain, to, you know, break those generational curses. So why don't you tell me about yourself and what you're doing out here?
All right. I'm Mr. Lewis. I'm from Sacramento, born and raised. Been out here just running around, you know, uplifting the people, empowering the people, you know, growing food, shooting videos, pushing my God mode and Goddess mode clothing line, and yeah, just doing my thing.
Definitely. Yeah. So what made you start doing music? How long you been doing it for?
I've been doing music for 9 years now.
Okay.
And just was inspired by my brother KP. You know, I was always doing poetry, was always writing, and I went to college to play basketball. And you know, me and my bro, we were sharing the same room. We actually lived with the coach out in what was it, Oakland Hills. We was going to Chabot College.
Okay.
But, yeah, you know, just seeing him do music inspired me to start putting my music with my writings on beats. You know what I mean? So I was just like, man, yeah, let me start this up. Let me start doing music too.
Right. Right.
But yeah, that's just how it started.
Okay. And do you remember the first song you wrote?
Yeah, I think it was to my lady. It was a song to my lady, just like a song to J. Cole. It was like a J. Cole beat.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Losing My Balance.
Can you describe it, like what type of feel you was in?
That was the beat right there.
Yeah.
And then losing my balance. So something like that, just like, you know, it's real, like an emotional song, like, you know, just me showing my respect to her, just as far as like, you know, how she made me feel. You know, that was my first song.
That's dope. That's dope. And do you remember like who you think really inspired you, like to start doing music, or you know, want to do it more?
Right. Yeah, other than my cousin, it was really just like not doing basketball no more. You know what I mean? Not playing basketball really kept me to do music, because really, you know, I grew up hooping my whole life. You know, playing basketball, dancing, and then you know, I was doing, well, actually I was singing too. You know, I was singing. I had did a little talent show when I was like in 3rd grade. Okay. I mean, I signed up for the talent show, but I didn't actually do the talent show.
Oh, okay.
Like I showed up late. Like I showed up late to the thing, and it was like, oh no, your name isn't on the board or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was gonna be performing a little Sammy song. Like,
oh, okay. Okay, wait. Look at me. Hey. Okay.
And, so I didn't end up doing that, but that the music has always been in me, you know, dancing, singing,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, so just not playing basketball no more. Really, you know, I was just like, nah, I gotta make it with something. You know what I mean? I thought it was gonna be basketball,
Right.
you know, and I wasn't consistent enough with that. I started doing music, and I'm like, nah, I gotta be consistent with this. You know, I gotta
Right.
be. And then, you know, changing my diet. Really started making me think about a lot of things differently, more in a business aspect, more like, okay, yeah, like I could be doing this, you know, for you know, many different reasons, you know what I mean, business wise. Like I don't have to just be doing music, you know, just to be famous, you know what I mean?
Right. Definitely a message there. So, what do you feel like your message is?
My message is just to empower the people, you know, uplift the people, you know, have our own, you know, self-sufficiency, you know, family togetherness, you know, ownership, you know, yeah, just empowerment. Healing, like we talking about, like, you know what I mean, that mental health, healing ourselves from what we've been through, and just you know, just staying in that empowerment zone.
Yes, definitely got to empower each other. Got to lift each other up. We all go through stuff in silence.
Right.
That's why we got to come out. That's why we got to speak out. We got to lift each other, you know, because you never know what the next person is going through. You never know what they've been through, what they don't talk about. You know, we were talking about how women suffer. And, you know, we do things, and you never know we're going through that. But that goes for men as well. You know, men are always taught to be the tough guy, be so strong, don't show your emotions, don't be soft, you know. But really, your emotions is not being soft. That's healthy. It's healthy to express yourself. It's healthy to know how you feel. And a lot of times, we don't give our young men the chance to even know how they feel, because we're like, oh, you can't feel like that. You can't be crying. You can't, you know.
Right.
So that's definitely important, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like we got a real basic, low understanding of ourselves. You know what I mean? Like our feelings, like it's just like sex. Oh, you feeling that? Okay, yeah. And then mad and sad. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
It's like those are the only things that we really we don't really get no explanation for nothing. You know what I mean? Like how to deal with, you know, everything together. You know what I mean? Dealing with, you know, just being mad, you know what I mean? Dealing with sexual things and staying away from stuff and just all of that, you know what I mean? Just
or even dealing with something that has happened to you.
right.
Like, you know, so many times, like we had said earlier, something will happen in the family or in the household and you don't talk about it.
Right.
You don't talk about it. So how are you going to heal from that? How are you going to rebuild from that? You know, you got a family that's broken. You know what I mean? You got a person that's broken. You got whatever the situation may be. We have to talk to each other. We have to heal each other. We have to know what's going on with each other. Have sitting downs, regular meetings. Like, let's see how you feel. What's going on with you this week? You know, I felt something. I seen you was off a little a couple days ago or something. You know, you want to talk about anything. Little things like that can mean a lot. You know, some people are depressed. Some people are going through anxiety. These are things that I go through, and you would never know. You would never know because we wear that mask. You know, it's COVID-19 going on, so, you know, we physically wearing the mask, but we literally wear the mask. You know, that everywhere okay. Someone asks you, how you doing? That I'm okay. You know, that's just how we naturally are. But it's not always okay. So we do need to talk about it. We do need to have an outlet, you know, and a lot of us creatives, we know how to do that, but everybody doesn't know how to do that, you know, and they don't have those tools, or they don't have the people in their corner empowering them or supporting them, you know, so it's definitely.
Just that direction, you know what I mean? We don't have no direction outside of, you know, being a gangster, you know, being, you know, a female who's doing hair, you know what I mean? Not that there's nothing wrong with that, but you know what I mean? But it's just like, we don't have too much outlets. Like you're saying, it's only these couple things, and it's just like, well, other than that, well, shoot, I can just work or just be a bum. You know what I mean? It's like, dang, that's all we out here thinking about? You know?
Yeah, we definitely have to broaden our horizons.
Definitely.
We definitely got to surround ourselves with what we want in our lives.
Yeah.
Listen to the right music, watch the right stuff on TV, the television. You know, they tell us anything. You know, but we got to be the ones to control the narrative. We got to be the ones to control what we're listening to control what our kids are listening to make sure our kids ain't out here twerking and, you know, and doing all of that. Like, that's why it's so important to put out good music, to put out, you know, just positive, uplifting, empowering content. You know, a lot of people, they use these platforms just to be out there, just to make money, just to make $1 out of 15 cents. You know what I mean? But really, what's your message? Like, do you have a message? So, what do you think? What is your message to the world?
Yeah, my message to the world is to continue to just empower yourself. You know, take more control of your life. And I feel like, yeah, if we have more control of our basic needs as a people, you know, we will be more empowered, you know what I mean, to have a community, you know, to have a business, to have, you know, ownership to some land and to some houses, and, you know, just the things that really matter to us as humans, you know what I mean? Like, so if we in control of those things, if we in control of, you know, growing food, building houses, the skills, and, you know, just, you know, clothes and all that, knitting, you know, then we could do for ourselves, you know, and then now, yeah, since we've been through all this trauma, since we've been through all of this, it's like we gotta build ourselves up, we gotta empower ourselves, we gotta talk to each other with more meaning and more empowering, you know what I mean? Like you were saying earlier, you can't just be nigga and everybody holding this and just like, oh, I'm just playing.
No.
Oh, bro, you saw, bro, you this, you know what I mean? It's like this certain mentality we have to erase. We have to erase this mentality too. Like, we have to be like, hey, this stuff ain't no good for us, and ain't doing no good for us, and ain't getting us nowhere, bro. Our uncle was doing this, you know, the brothers was doing this, and this ain't getting us nowhere. Like, we need to start realizing what is moving us forward and what's not, and just being like, hey, I'm done with that. You know what I mean? Just making them decisions. Like,
change some patterns. Change some patterns. Surround yourself with greatness, and you will grow. You will go far. Trust and believe that.
Definitely.
And just, you know, it's all about who you surround yourself with, what you're doing. You know, we can't help where we come from, but we can help where we're going, what we're doing. You know, every day we got a choice. You feel me? Every day we got choices. So it's either you choose to live, you choose to die. You choose life, you choose to speak life, or you choose to speak death.
Or like how you're saying, like, or building our lives in that direction. You know what I mean? Do we want to keep on a daily basis, like, building our lives in a way that's going to lead us into just destruction? You know what I mean? Like low living. You know what I mean? Living in a certain way that we don't really want to live. You know, we like, shit, I'm trying to be rich. I'm trying to be over here. I'm trying to be in this, and you know what I mean? It's like, okay, we have to start living our lives in that way. Like, you know, we got to start setting things up in that direction. You know.
Definitely. It's all about the plan. You got to put the plan and execute it. That's what we got to do. We have to be more active with, you know, we can talk about it all day. A lot of us got good ideas. You know, we got the right, intentions. But we have to definitely act on it. We have to come together. We have to collaborate. We got people over here. We got people over here. We got everybody with the same goals in mind. So we have to come together. There's power in the people. That's why they try to break us up. They broke up the Black Panther Party. They broke up any type of organization, any type of leaders that we've had that was talking positivity, that was pushing positivity, because they know the power of us coming together. So with that being said, what is keeping us from coming together? Like
that right there. Like,
that, I know, but if we know this, if we know this, why are we allowing it to happen still? Like, we still allowing them to teach our kids this miseducation. You know, they're not teaching us about us. They're teaching us that we come from slavery. That's not true. You know, I was fortunate to have a teacher, Mr. Williams, who came to Fruit Ridge Elementary School in the 4th grade, which was 1994, telling y'all my age. But he came in there like, Mr. Carter, lean on me. He came in there changing stuff up. Like, this is what we're doing. I'm teaching y'all about the Mayans, the Aztecs. I'm teaching y'all about the Holocaust. I'm teaching y'all about where y'all come from, who y'all is, all the black inventors. I was in the 4th grade reciting poetry at talent shows. I'm doing Langston Hughes. I'm doing W.B. Du Bois, Maya Angelou, Still I Rise. I'm doing Sojourner Truth, Ain't I a Woman? That was so empowering to me. Ain't I a woman? You know what I mean? I can do everything that you can do. I can take them blows. I can bear these children. I can plow this yard. And ain't I a woman? Treat me as such. But yeah, we are just degraded still to this day in music, on TV, in person. and it's like we have to start treating each other better. We have to start respecting each other, empowering each other. We have to know that there's always been an agenda for us to go against each other, and
die. You know what I mean?
And die.
They just want us dead.
Exactly. For us to be extinct. But like I said before, and I'm gonna continue to say, there's power in the people, and we gotta come together, and that's why we need this platform. We gotta put it out there. We got to speak out. We gotta come together. We gotta unite. We gotta, there's so much work to be done. There's so much work to be done. What do you feel we need to do, to help heal each other?
I think we definitely have to, start encouraging each other, eat healthy, start, figuring out your job, your position,
yes.
You know what I mean, like where you at.
Your role.
Exactly,
yes.
You know what I mean, and just being comfortable with our role, being comfortable with where we want to go, and just accepting things, evolving. So yeah, it's just like everything I was saying, just as far as the food, you know what I mean? We gotta eat healthy, we gotta grow, we gotta build, we gotta do it all. You
yes.
know what I mean? Anything that's gonna move us forward that we see is moving the world forward. You
right.
know what I mean? We have to be like, okay, let me take this shovel, you know what I mean? Let me go get my tool and start doing what we gotta do. You know what I mean? Playing that part in the community wherever it is.
Yes, yes.
Definitely.
And knowing that we are not in competition.
Right.
That's the number one thing, people. We are not in competition. We are all in this together. We all got the same goals, the same dreams, the same aspirations we want for our families, for ourselves. So why not come together? We don't need to hate on each other. We don't need to be like, oh, they doing this. I ain't doing it. Why I ain't get that support, or why I ain't get that help? No, it ain't no why. You support that person, you lift that person up, and then that person can reach back down and be like, I got you, sis.
Right.
I got you, bro. We in this together. That's how it's supposed to be. Like we were speaking on earlier, how other races, they help each other. They will live together in the same house to build. So they all can own their own homes. Right. Us as a people have to collectively be on that same path. You know what I mean? We have to want to empower each other. Right. It only take a few people, a few little bright lights, to get to spark the whole crowd up. And I try to be a light. I feel like it's naturally in me, so why not let the world see it? I sparkle, I can't help it. But yeah, I'm glad, I was able to talk with you because you're one of my favorite artists. You are very empowering. You got a dope message for the world to hear, and you definitely need to be rotated more, and the world needs to see you and know that we can rebuild the culture. We can heal each other. We can cultivate our families to be anything they want to be. We don't have to depend on the systems that it was designed to break us naturally. We have to depend on each other. We have to build our own land. We have to grow our own food. We have to create our own, entrepreneurs, our own, welders, our own everything. So definitely it just, it's all about us coming together, knowing who we are, loving each other, loving ourselves most of all, because if you don't love yourself, and who you are and know who you are and know where you come from, you can't love your other people.
So we need the elders, you know, we need
Yes.
people with the knowledge, with the resources to be
Yes.
more giving, you know, and at the same time, you know, like there's immediate action that needs to be taken, you know, for the things that we have been through. You know what I mean? A lot of times the elders want us to go through what they went through. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, well,
we went
they
through it.
this or you know what I mean? Like, it's like, man, come on, we need some help now. You know what I mean?
Right.
The youngers need help now. We need to, a lot more things need to be starting out. We don't need to be waiting on going to go fill out some grants or some paperwork. You know, we don't need no more of this waiting stuff. You know what I mean? Like, we just need to get things into action, like you're saying. And get going.
Everybody comes together, the different generations, because each one teach one. Each generation can teach the next generation. You know what I mean? Like, it's some things that we can teach our elders. You know what I mean? Like, I learn from my children all the time, you know, but we need them. I don't know if you know who Ricky Mo is. You know, he's an OG in Oak Park, but he was like a track star. He was like in the military. He was real dope back in the day. But something happened to him. Like, he's not the same. Like, he was drugged. A lot of bad stuff happened to him. And one of my aunties was in the park just trying to talk to him, and she was saying, "We need you. You were somebody. You were powerful out here. So we need you. You know what these people are capable of. You know what they did to you. You know, we need that. You've been there. You've done that. You fought that fight. And yeah, you're suffering from it, but you got people behind you who can help you. You know, because we know who you are. We know who you were. You know what I mean? And there's so many elders like that who were somebody, but who can't remember that they were somebody because they've been broken down by life. That's mental shit. Excuse my language. It's mental health. You know what I mean? Like, so often we suffer from so many things, and then we'll be like, oh, that man, they gone. They gone. You know what I mean? You don't know what they, like I said, I had a mental health breakdown in 2018 from holding things in. You know what I mean? And just being so nice and wearing that mask and smiling. And I'm okay. I'm fine. Oh, that's okay. I ain't worried about that. You know, but so often, sometimes all you gotta do is talk about it. Just talk about it. Know somebody care. Know that somebody care about you or somebody see you. And they, you know, and that can change the world. That's all it takes.
Two things that I was thinking about was when you were saying, as far as like accepting, when you was talking about the OG from the hood, you know, when you said he'd been through something and now he just like kind of is in that mode of just like, you know, I'm just out here, you know what I mean? I'm not doing nothing. I feel like a lot of people, you know, elderly people have accepted like defeat, you know what I mean? They just, or death, you know, because even sometimes it scares me, you know what I mean? Like I be thinking about the Black Panthers and all the things, the positive things that people did, and it's like all they did, all the government's gonna do is just kill us, you know what I mean? And that sometimes
it's sad.
It makes you paralyze you, you know what I mean? It makes me feel like, dang, do I want to do this? Like, do I really want to go through that? You know what I mean? And know that the people are not really going to fight for me and defend me, you know, the way that I would want them to, and then knowing like, are we even capable of fighting against, you know, what we're trying to fight up against, you know what I mean? And then at the end of the day, I just be like, man, you know, all I can do is my part and to benefit myself and those around me, and then just leave everything else to, you know, to what it's gonna be.
Because I look at it like this, somebody just told me the other day, everything in you, God has put in you. Everything that you are doing, God has put in you to do. So there's nothing left for you to do but to just continue to do what you're doing. You know what I mean? And when you start to have doubt, then you don't trust in what's already meant to be. The plan is already there. All we gotta do is follow through and not give up faith and not be discouraged. You know what I mean? Because that's our downfall. That's our downfall. And we're like, oh, we can't do it. Ain't nobody else did it. Everybody else get knocked down for trying to do something. So then we get discouraged. And that little inkling of discouragement can be so big to stop the whole movement. And we can't have that. Because we gotta build this up for our kids. Because they're not gonna have nothing the way things are going now. What are our kids gonna have?
And I be in that same space, that same, like you said, that anxiety, just depression. Well, not even like depression, but just like a thought, thinking about things that happen or how I want them to be, and just feeling like, dang, why didn't my parents set us up for success? Like, why didn't they set us up better? You know what I mean? Like, why they not? Even though they didn't set us up, why they still not trying? You know what I mean? I'm still here. I'm still alive. Like, why do we think like, oh, when you get 18, it's just over. They done. They gonna worry about their life. I'm worried about mine. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to be successful out here. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. And why aren't people trying? You know what I mean? Like, why are people so okay with just being average? Like,
stagnant. And
sometimes that bothers me. You know what I mean? Like, I be so mad. Like, I'm just like, bro, I want to be in the house. I want to be doing this. I want to be doing that. And that be motivating me to just, hey, I gotta go hard. I can't rely on this person. I can't rely on that person. It be having me go through all types of emotions. You know what I mean? Feeling like I ain't never calling these people. You know what I mean? Like, y'all can't do nothing for me. You know what I mean?
It just pushes you harder. It pushes you harder to know that everything that you want is already in you. All you gotta do is push yourself to go get it. You know what I mean? And when it, like I said, when it's in you already, nothing can stop that but you. Your own doubts, like self-sabotage. You know what I mean? The mental part of that. Us believing we're not good enough. Believing that I'm not the one. I believe I'm the one.
Definitely.
I've felt that way since I was 8 years old. I know I have purpose here. I know that everything I went through, all the pain, I came into this world fighting for my life. My mother was addicted to drugs. I went through foster care. I was abused. I had so much stuff that I went through, but I still knew inside of me that I was meant for something great. So I was never gonna let anything or anyone break me. Everyone don't got that. Everybody don't know that. You know what I mean? So that's why we gotta empower each other. That's why we gotta lift each other. We gotta be putting good music out there, good videos out there, good vibes, community gatherings. Let's come together as a people. Let's support each other. Everything ain't about money. And that's where we mess up at. Everybody wants something. I need this, I need that, I need that. Give from your heart. Give from your heart and see what you get back. And I feel like, if more people were like that, it would be so much easier for us to come together and really build into, us having our own lands, our own conduct, our own, like it's possible. It's definitely possible. We just gotta do it. We gotta be the ones to put the BS to the side and be like, you my brother, you my sister, we gonna do this. We gonna make this work. So definitely. So what is your ultimate goal as an artist?
My ultimate goal is just continue to push my message. Just taking care of ourselves first, taking care of my mind, taking care of my body, doing what I love, and then taking care of my little ones, making sure that they coming up right, I'm giving them what they need, I'm there for them, giving them some skills to do for self, that's just the message that I'm pushing, through the music, and that's what I really want to come out of it, more than anything else. Just like, just the community build, just like what, the conversation that we having now, just being able to relate with the people and just, just growing.
Definitely growing, definitely growing. We got to. So what message, the message that you want to give is to rebuild, us rebuilding culture, us coming together. And how do you feel like we can address mental health more in the media and in the music?
Well, I feel like, artists having more songs about it, as having a platform like this, more platforms like this to be able to sit down and talk about it, and people to be able to get on camera and speak about what they've been through, so that more people could understand, like, okay, like, man, I've been through the same thing, hearing how we're getting through these things, like how did you get through that? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so I can look at the next person and have some motivation and use that, like, okay, yeah, I can use that. Let me start doing that.
Right.
So just having those types of these outlets, really is the way for us to keep the healing going, for us, and the mental health and everything like that. If that answers the question.
Yeah, definitely. So we definitely need to have more outlets, more taboo conversations, about things that we're uncomfortable having conversations about. We had spoke before about how, like, things that happen in the home. A lot of young girls are victimized, even young boys who are victimized, and then no one talks about it afterwards. So that can definitely affect the whole family. We gotta start having these conversations. We gotta start addressing, we see these kids, let's talk to them, let's take them to the side and, what's going on with you, how you feeling, is there anything you need, and just be that person that you wish you had, because that's who I am, and that's my plan, to be, that person to this little kid, this little boy, this little girl that I need in my life, when they going around being bad or fighting. My daughter has Tourette syndrome, so a lot of people don't really understand her mood swings and what she goes through, and she'll fight you just straight out. She'll fight you if she feels like you're being a bully or you're bullying somebody or you're making fun of her. She goes from 0 to 100. But a lot of people will not understand her unless you really know her. She's not naturally mad. She's a real sweet person. You know what I mean? But certain things will trigger you if you don't understand them, and take the time and sit and be like, what's going on with you? Do you need anything? Do you need a break? Do you need a time out? Anything like that. Little things like that help. We really got to focus and just talk to each other more, because if we don't talk, we don't communicate, relationships just deteriorate, and it could be a relationship between a mother and a father, a daughter and her, anything. So we definitely got to heal those relationships, build those bonds, and break those generational curses that we've been suffering through for years. We got to do that. We got to uplift each other, put these messages out here. Your music is inspiring, is beyond inspiring, and I can't wait to see how far you go, because you going up. You're gonna be on every platform, and I just can't wait for y'all to see what this guy got to offer, because he dope. He definitely is. I listen to him every day.
Oh, my bad. One thing I was just thinking about when you was talking about the little ones was, and that I feel like it's like, yeah, we gotta start doing more, is like with my little ones, like I'll be serious about, like, when it comes to what they watching.
Yeah.
And just like making sure that they not just watching little white kids on the TV all the time.
Right.
Like, because on
and
YouTube,
watching stupid stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And kids playing with toys and stuff
Right.
like that.
Right.
Like, y'all do that. Like, y'all can do that. Why?
Right.
Well, let's record you playing with toys and you watch yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. You can do everything that they're doing.
Right. I'll be trying to just find more stuff that's that looks like them. You know what I mean? Like more. If we listening to ABC songs, we're not gonna listen to that ABC. We're not listening to that tone. You know what I mean?
The
like,
tone.
Just anything. You know what I mean? Any of that. Anything that I grew up with that I feel like was programmed into me from school. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
Even those demonic lullabies. Rockabye baby on the treetop with the
we're not listening.
Bow breaks, the baby gonna fall.
Right.
These are things that we are trained in our brains, and we think about that. So we definitely have to change the tone, change the narrative.
More shows that got black people in it, more cartoons that got black people in it. You know what I mean? online searching, like, you know, there's some stuff called Tell Me Who I Am, you know, Mail Trek, you know, and
Okay.
it's just, you know, they even be some, they add the little Asian kid in there, the white kid, you know, I mean, one of them, like how they do us, you know,
Yeah.
how a whole bunch of white people and then it's one black person and then one Mexican or something, like, so it's like, yeah, we need to do that for ourselves. More black people, yeah, the Asian, the white, you know, make it diverse. You know, how they can try to do us, you know, make us feel important.
Yes, yes.
But
it's all comes together. And I'm glad you touched on that because I actually wrote a book, and it's a coloring book, and it's called ABC's Colors That Look Like Me.
Right.
So that will be dropping soon. I'm excited about it. But it's basically poetry. It's basically a poetry book. Just going through the letters in the alphabet and empowering us and, you know, our kids, and to know that they are beautiful, they are great, they can be anything they want to be, and to just embrace themselves. And we got to embrace ourselves. We got to love each other, love ourselves, and love our skin, you know, our hair, love how we look, love how we talk. You know, we're not like everybody else. We are not the same. We were not meant to be the same. So stand in your true essence and be you. You know, I believe in that, and I stand on that. So, you know, I'm definitely glad we was able to have these, you know, these deep conversations. It's so hard to open up. I'm still learning, you know, but it needs to be done. It needs to be done, and I'm just glad you was able to open up with me. Is there anything that you would like to share with me about, or with the audience, that really, you know, inspires you to keep doing what you're doing? That, you know, is there anything that you've been through that you think molded you into being who you are and going as hard as you do?
Yeah, so just, you know, my family, just the way I grew up, you know, really motivated me to keep my family together. You know, I have 5 sisters and 2 brothers. My mom and dad only had me. You know, my mom is a foster child. She was adopted. You know, my dad didn't know his dad. I wasn't really connected to my dad's mom. I didn't have no relationship with her. You know, and then on my mom's side, I wasn't really connected with her foster parents. So I always felt, you know, that want for family. You know, my brothers and sisters always gone and running with their family, you know, their side of the family. And it's like my side of the family was just missing, like, you know, missing links. You know, I was always just trying to figure it out. So I started, you know, running the streets, kicking it with my homies, you know, just that was my family, you know. Never been to a family reunion, never, you know. My family reunion was kicking it with the homies. You know what I mean?
At the park, on the street, you know.
And, you know, just growing up like that, I just want to be able to now not have my little ones going through the same thing, you know. Them being there with, you know, I have 5 little ones, you know, four of them with the same lady, you know. Well, I have 1 stepson, so, you know, my lady, she had all of my kids, so, you know, I want to keep it that way. You know?
Keep it in the family.
Keep it in the family. And even if I didn't, I would still, like, keep my little ones together. You know what I mean? Like,
as it should be. As it should be.
For real.
Definitely. I grew up with foster parents, so I know my mom had 5 kids, and we all were separated. You know, my sister, she was in the streets. You know what I mean? Having to fend for herself. My brother went to YA, and me and my brothers, we all went to foster care. So we was all separated, and that's why family is so important to me, because I didn't have that family. I didn't have a mom. I didn't have a dad. I didn't have my siblings around to protect me. You know, we were all separated, and I didn't feel like I belonged in any of my foster homes. And I went through a lot, you know, but I got adopted at the age of 8 until I turned 18. But even there, I didn't feel like this was my family. You know what I mean? Like, this is y'all family, and I'm just in y'all home. That's how I felt. And that is not a good way for a child to feel. You feel me? And because of that, I'm like that with my kids. I love them. I keep them close. I have 4 children. I have 2 boys and 2 girls. The boys got their dad, the girls got their dad. But you cannot tell that they come from different dads. Like, I don't raise my kids like that. You know, they love each other. They're brothers and sisters. They're to be together. Even the other brothers and sisters that they have, like my daughters have other brothers and sisters. I make sure that they know their brothers and sisters, you know, because they're family. And I believe in that more than anything. I believe in keeping the family together. I believe in that so much because I was stripped from my mother at the age of 5. I remember every detail about it. You know what I mean? So I am still traumatized. I am still dealing with things. So that's why I'm so, you know, just adamant about putting this out there. We have to empower each other. We have to look at each other. We have to address this issues that we go through. And that's basically what it's about.
Like you said, that family is your backbone, you know, that strength, that confidence of just feeling like you got people who got you is big, you know what I mean? Like, for you to just not feel like you dealing with something, you can't call nobody, like I got brother, no sister, no dad, to be like, I'm call my dad.
Yeah,
well, you can't even say that. You just gotta
you like a scared little kid in this world. And you know, and that's not how nobody wants to feel. And that's why I gotta be that person for these kids. When I see them and I see somebody going through, I gotta be that person. I don't care if I don't know that person. I'm gonna just come and try to be that light in that person's, you know, storm, whatever they're going through. So definitely try to be the light in somebody else's storm anytime you can. It doesn't matter if it's a homeless person, if somebody you see walking past you on the street. The littlest things can mean the biggest to that person. So I definitely want to wrap it up. I got Mr. Lewis here. He's going to perform some of his dope new stuff. So definitely stay tuned. And if you want to be on the podcast or know anyone who would benefit, definitely tap in with me. I'm on Facebook as Sparkle Sky, 2 Y's, and iSparkle Supreme. And you already know where to find me. So stay blessed and stay beautiful.
And you can find me too on YouTube, Spotify, you know, all that good stuff. Mr. Lewis, M''STRLEWIS. Really out,
I was born to flex, for the culture, yes. Pay me my respect, or just cut the check. I've been so obsessed with my own success. I don't know what's next, but I trust the process. Lady, I guess I've been on this dodgy nonsense. Leave a comment, I value content that has concepts for their conscience. Let's be honest, not too many doing this. This is unusual. My show was beautiful, anything's doable. Don't be delusional, work what you got because anything's usable. Stay on your hustle and make sure you thinking for the future. This is for my juniors. They gon' be some shooters selling to consumers. I ain't raising losers. They gon' be some rulers. You name someone cooler, please enjoy my humor. I swear it's an honor just to be a father. I know many cowards, man, I know this power. Get it every hour. You're the one that's ours. If you don't believe me, you will be the power. You claim you conscious, but you don't want this. We've been down here for the longest. Let's get what we wanted. You can't say we ain't the dopest, and we ain't your focus. My hard work will not go unnoticed. The family's my motive. I swear we gon' get it regardless. This is for your mind. We just rebuilding the culture. This is representing. This is more than ending. Go and let's talk to us over. I know who's in control. Look towards close and everybody be getting closer. Don't be acting like you got it, but you know you're not. We ain't got room for no hoes. This for the family. Hey, this for the family. Keep it in the family. Hey, give it to who? This for the family. This for the family. Keep it in the family. Hey, give it to who? This is for you. This for the family. We gotta keep it in the family. We gotta keep it in the family. This for the family. Hey, this is for you. This for the family. Hey, hard times won't last forever. Just know that it's temporary. At least they don't when you know you're a visionary. It might be a little uncomfortable, but you can't be
with the enemy. You might even like it, but don't jeopardize your energy. That's the way you end up out here, somewhere you're not supposed to be. Sometimes we block our blessings, low vibrating with these frequencies. We could be doing more, but they not ready for it secretly. I'm just saying, better watch out who you keep it with. We never see you come into it in the wrong predicament. I'm tired of dealing with it, it comes with the false imprisonment. If we gon' be around, then that's some value to them senses. There's always more we could be doing, man. More. If we got the power, we can do it then. I wanna see you shine, I know we both can win. If it's been a benefit, we should soak it in. Good times, yo, we hydrated. These talks will change your mind when you are frustrated. Anything that moves us forward, we should celebrate it. Keep it simple, it doesn't have to be complicated. Nah, yo, and keep it simple, it doesn't have to be complicated. It's Mr. Lewis, y'all. I appreciate y'all for having me. Keep doing what you love. Empower yourself. Chosen to be alive. My chakras open on time. I'm really divine. Hey, I gotta be the one that changed my situation. Just look around, yo, we the leaders of this generation. I wasn't raised like this, but see, we made some changes. Now these traditions that we pushing come with transformations. We keeping the respect, don't accept nothing less. We working hard, we bring it back, and then we will invest. Good family values is another way to gain success. We gotta make sure that we keep these little ones in check. It's all about taking responsibility. Somebody gotta do it. We here to change our community. We taking back the power. It's all about self-sufficiency. We rebuilding the culture. We not out here giving sympathy. We got moves to make. We got land to take. We been behind long enough. We ain't taking breaks. We moving towards sovereignty. I hope you awake. More than just wealth. There's some things we gotta put in place. My balance in mind. Chosen to be alive, my chakras open on time. I'm really divine, my balance in line. Chosen to be alive, my chakras open on time. I'm really divine. Tell them knowledge. Chosen to be alive. I'm really divine, my balance in line. Chosen to be alive, my chakras open on time. Hey, thank you again. We not just talking about it. We really making moves out here, y'all.
Yes. Mr. Lewis in the building.